Right, time to catch up with the business news, and Sally's here. Hi there.
Thank you very much. And we haven't gone all showbiz, but we will tell you that X Factor winners Leon Jackson and Leona Lewis helped push music download sales to their highest level on record last week. The BPI, which represents the UK record industry, recorded nearly 3 million music downloads during the Christmas week in 2007. That's more than double the sales in the same time the year before, and it's also the largest one-week sales tally in the UK ever. Well, Matt Phillips is from the BPI. He's in our central London studio. Good evening to you, Matt. We know downloading is popular, but why that week between Christmas?
Well, there's a couple of reasons why, and I think probably the main reason is that iPods and other MP3 players have been growing in popularity as Christmas gifts. And this year again, we saw very impressive sales for MP3 players. And clearly there's a lot of consumers that still haven't got to grips with downloading yet, so they go onto the services and try them out for the first time. Equally, you can get vouchers for these services that are very, very easy to use and very, very user-friendly. So you'll find that a lot of consumers are using them for the first time. So, you know, in recent years, we've seen spikes of sales around that time of year, but we weren't expecting one quite as large as this. And sales being up, you know, double on the year before for that week is very impressive growth indeed. So, you know, it's very much welcome news for the record industry and for artists.
Is it the spike, though, down to the artists? I mentioned Leon Jackson and Leona Lewis.
Yeah, well, partly that, yes. I mean, the Christmas week is very, very big for single sales, and conversely, the week before Christmas week, in the build-up to the Christmas #1, you see an incredibly large number of physical sales. Around 50% of all sales that week are still made on CDs through traditional retail outlets, because the Christmas #1 is something that's very hotly contested, and the X Factor winner has won that title for the last 3 years. So you still have a lot of physical sales, but a lot of downloads as well during that week. So it's a very, very big week for singles. But again, you get that extra additional spike as more and more consumers try digital services for the first time the week after that.
Now, you mentioned that battle for the Christmas #1. Because of the growth of downloads, should the download chart be the true indicator of the nation's #1 Christmas favourite?
Well, I mean, the singles charts are increasingly dominated by downloads. I mean, although in terms of in albums, CDs is still the dominant format by a long, long way. It's still the consumer's format of choice. Around 95% of all sales of albums are still on CD. But conversely, in single tracks, the ability to buy single tracks rather than buy the whole album has led a lot of people to sort of cherry pick and buy what tracks they like, which has hugely grown the singles market. And the downloads, all downloads now officially count towards the overall singles chart. Excuse me. So for that reason, downloads are very much what people are buying, whether digitally or physically. It's really the barometer of the nation's favourite song.
Matt Phillips from the BPI, thank you very much indeed.
Thanks.
We'll have more business news in about an hour. Back to you.
Thanks very much, Sally.
Just coming up to a